Hello, this is Clean Coach Carly. I'm the staff nutritionist for Healthy Habits Living. I'm telling you today about Xymogen's AllerDHQ. DHQ stands for dihydroquercetin. So this is a type of quercetin that is a little bit easier to absorb and actually has been proven to be a stronger antioxidant than just plain quercetin. Now, first of all, why would you take AllerDHQ? Well, as the name suggests, it's good for allergies. Seasonal allergies, which can happen in any season of the year. Here in Reno, as soon as the snow starts to melt, it pretty much starts allergy season for most people, and that extends all the way until the snow comes. And even still, some people have allergies even when the snow is covering everything. So the other reason you would take AllerDHQ is for mast cell activation. And we know that the mast cells can be overactive just as a syndrome, so a global issue where they're overreacting and getting activated to just about everything. So that could be food, environmental pollens and allergens and dusts and mold and dander and chemicals and really just about anything. We can even see mast cells activate from chronic emotional stress. So AllerDHQ really has a wide range of uses. So like I mentioned, the dihydroquercetin has 2 extra hydrogen molecules, and this makes it a more potent antioxidant. The other thing is it's a little more absorbable. So if you've ever gotten quercetin powder or a capsule and you've opened it up and put it in water, you will see that it is very non-water soluble. It will not mix very well in water because of its fat content. So even though it's not considered a fat, it just doesn't mix well in water, which means it's hard for us to absorb and digest. So the dihydro form of quercetin is much easier to absorb. So the other things that are in the AllerDHQ are rutin, which is another bioflavonoid, N-acetylcysteine, stinging nettle, and bromelain. And if you have seasonal allergies or mast cell activation issues, you know that all of those things are helpful for stabilizing mast cells, which means if you have this mast cell activation issue, these nutrients are going to help to stabilize the outside of the cell membranes so that they don't get activated as much. So instead of trying to reduce the inflammation because you have so much mast cell activation, these nutrients are actually trying to quiet down or slow down the receptor sites on the mast cells so they don't get activated as often or as severely. So this is something that I take year long because I do have these seasonal allergies. And on top of that, I do have mast cell activation syndrome. What's interesting is, it's kind of a nebulous situation. So I'll explain what I mean. When I used to live in California, I wouldn't have considered myself as someone who had allergies. I was very ill with Lyme disease and mold toxin exposures. And so I always felt icky, right? I had aches. I would get hot and flushed very easily. I would get cold sweats. I would get itchy eyes, watery eyes. I would get congestion. But all of those things I associated with just, it must be the Lyme disease. Oh, it must be the mold exposure. I don't know what is what. And as I started to get a better handle and detoxify from the mold exposure and get a better handle on the microbial load with the Lyme disease, I was still having these allergy type symptoms. And so I thought, maybe I have seasonal allergies. And so then I moved to Reno, Nevada. And when everyone was complaining about, the sagebrush or the rabbit brush, I was saying, I'm having those symptoms too. I must be allergic to those plants. So then I went and I got the traditional allergy testing and I came up negative, not allergic to any of those things that were considered seasonal allergies, yet I was still having those types of allergy or allergic reactions. And that was because I have this mast cell activation. So in other words, my mast cells aren't reacting just to rabbit brush or just to sagebrush, but really to almost everything in general. So the idea in dealing with that is not to avoid the world, you can't do that, but to stabilize your mast cells. And dihydroquercetin and rutin and NAC and stinging nettle and bromelain are the top nutrients for stabilizing your mast cells. So whether you're dealing with true seasonal environmental pollen allergies, or if you're dealing with mast cell activation, Xymogen's DHQ, AllerDHQ, is a really good nutrient combo to have on hand. Here at Healthy Habits Living, we are always here to provide you with up-to-date scientific solutions for your optimal health. We are here to help you get healthy so you can stay healthy and be healthy.